Okay, so I'm gonna do a brief little video. That should be easy, fairly easy to find what road this is and where I am if you really want. But the one thing I do like about winter and snow and the sunset, the beautiful colors of winter dusk with sunset on the white snow. And what you were saying, buddy?
Very picturesque.
Not just that. This wasn't a lot of snow. It was what, 5-6 inches, nothing major. And I think we were saying how the cars were worse than the ground. I think like the snowflakes started to accumulate on the cars before they started to stick to the driveway. So yeah, I think the cars had a lot more. But yeah, I do like. It is nice both the wintertime sunset plus the snow. But we were saying, my mouth is going numb. I'm going to repeat a little bit what I was saying here. I can show you because you get your shades on, buddy.
Yes,
take a look at the. Want to say hi to everyone?
Hi,
whoever's watching. It's for us, really.
Yes.
We've had snow before, and this isn't bad. We've had 12, 18, 24 inches, etc., which is a pain in the ass. The snow isn't a pain in the ass, but I had noticed that when said that old bitch.
Yes.
I noticed when usually when it snows, it actually gets kind of mild. Like the humidity goes up to, it warms up. So even though there's snow on the ground, it's actually fairly warm. And then, overnight temperatures plummet. And then, the ground is covered, so there's no heat rising from the ground. And then it gets cold. Today was unique because it snowed overnight into this morning.
Yes.
Yet it's much colder than I ever recall it being for a snowy day. Like the day after, or 2 days later, I can understand.
It's colder now than it was when it was snowing.
Oh yeah, well that's always the case, but usually it takes 24 hours. It takes for sunset. It snowed this morning, and now, even before the sunset, I can't believe how fucking cold I am. Like, it's not so much my body. Here, I'm in red today. See this? It's not so much, this isn't too bad. It's like right in here, my lower third that isn't covered is fucking freezing. I can't believe how it's not usually this cold on the day of snow. But okay, anyway, let's talk about what is today. It's a special day. It's a time capsule. What is today?
It is.
Well, it's King Day.
January 20th, 2025, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's also inauguration day for the 47th American president.
45th and 47th. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's the day of the king, as I was saying, because
Yes.
today, he'll be our king, or so to speak. So yes, this is the first King Day that I felt was really, truly a King Day. And you said it was pretty slow at your job or whatever.
Yes, it was.
All right. Schools and shit were off. And what else? Yeah, I do like the wintertime sunset. It's very nice. And the snow. I mean, there's a prettiness to snow, sure. But if this was the last snowstorm of the year, I'd be cool with that because I actually hate snow. It sucks. It might look pretty once, but driving it's a pain in the ass. Tonight's gonna suck because what's gonna happen? Look at that. There's like an old trailer, like something from like 50s or 60s. Yeah, that's an old one. I don't make those anymore. It's just rusting out. I wonder if someone lives in there. I'm not seeing any heat coming out. What I was gonna say is that's the real danger because right now I think it's 20 something. Temperature's going to drop tonight, single digits. Tomorrow, in the teens. It's not going to go above freezing till Sunday if we're lucky. And I understand it's winter time. We're used to this. It's not the end of the world, but it really is a pain in the ass. It's like I'm ready for summer. So that's the real problem. It's not this snow, which has been cleared off. We get some wind. Some of the snow ends up on the road. It freezes. Tomorrow morning when it's 5 degrees, you slip and slide, you break something, your cars have no traction, they spin around. So that's what I'm really worried about, how bitterly cold it's going to be these coming days. Is the garbage guy coming? I don't know. Is the garbage guy coming? That's a nice old colonial house, isn't it? Very, very northeast, very colonial Americana. And what is this one up ahead? It's not as old, but it's also fairly. So you got some old houses down that way. So these are old colonial era houses. But this one here is probably
1910.
I'd say like anywhere from 1890 to 1915, pre-World War One.
Yes. Oh yes.
Nice house, big house. I don't know if it's a 2-family or I have no idea, but that'd be cool. If I had money, I'd like to live in a house off a road, but nope.
We don't even have meat bucks.
Well, that's the next step. It has to be. Oh, I'm supposed to get. Yeah, I would say pre-World War One, not ancient, late 1800s, early 19, like first couple, turn of the 20th century. Anyway, last time the way I left with the county, I went to the county office a week or so ago, gave them that separate household form to say that yes, my brother and I live together, but we're two separate households. Like for medical purpose. I remember when you signed up for medical with your job, you said your house, you know. So they said, okay, we'll get back to you, and you'll hear in the mail. And they were always very quick at getting back to me, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. So of course there was no mail today because, hey, hail to the king, Dr. MLK himself. I guess that's you see the property marker.
Yeah.
You see that over there? That's kind of nice. How do I? Yeah, I see the sunset. Moon rising on an open field. But shit, Christ! Okay, I didn't realize this road was so fucking treach. The bitch just came flying up. It's all right. Don't want to walk in the shoulder. And we got a car coming out. It's all right. It's treacherous, man. Dangerous, man. It's a marshmallow world in the winter. No. All right, so Trump is our king once again on Martin Luther King Day. We want to say anything else about this? This is quote-unquote historic event. Just, I'm looking behind me. This guy's wondering, are they Oriental?
Yes, they were.
My God, we've really been conquered. That's a whole other story. This is nice, isn't it? You see, what is this? Is this, I don't think it's a natural shrub, or is this actually last year's wheat that they never cultivated, just half dead here? This uncultivated wheat.
Amber waves and grains.
They sometimes will plant just to re-neutralize the soil. Yeah, I think this is just wheat that they never. This is what happens to wheat when you don't harvest it, and that will probably die down. When the weather warms up, it will just die back, but it should re-neutralize this field, I think. Okay. Look at that. Oh, I thought that was growing out of the road. I thought it was like a patch of weeds. All right, so where are we? Walking in a winter wonderland. You know, we actually, is the truth, we haven't taken a walk in a long time. We used to walk more frequently, and I don't know, I can't tell because I don't really look in the mirror, but you see me every day, and if you see me every day, or if you happen to see me, let's say, an internet stream, do I look like I'm gaining weight? Do I look like I'm,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but it's good. I do like the bristles. And like I said, I got these mittens. These came in the mail for free. So asking why am I in red? Well, this is an old jacket from 30 years ago. It was in the closet. And these came in the mail from some charity my mother donated 2 years ago. They still sent her free shit. I'm trying to get her to donate more. So, what was I going to say? I'm fairly warm, except, and I got my hat on here. I'm fairly warm except my lower third. You'd think all this blubber would help, but it's not. It's really my mouth, my cheeks, my nose. How do you feel?
My nose is frozen.
Yeah. It's like everything else feels fine, but actually kind of warm otherwise. But oof. Whew. All right, anything else you want to share?
Not currently.
I think I want to talk more about my life. This really isn't a talk video. We're walking, we're talking, but this is like, my mouth is literally too, I'm not making this up. I feel like, I can't, yeah. So there's a part of me that before the sun sets, I want to walk a little more. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
When I'm getting my mouth, one of those things, those
Dickies or something, or a scarf.
Dickies go around your neck. We are like not a scarf, like a, what are those things are called? It's not a ski mask. One of those. Where was that fence? Remember, there's an old fence.
Oh yeah.
Probably 100 years old. And we said at one point in time, they put up this fence. Somebody put up a fence. Cut some wood, got some barbed wire, keep some sheep or whatever, and that served its purpose. And the fence outlived its purpose by like what, decades? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's turned into woodland. This used to be a cow pasture or something. But at one point in time, these people put a fence up, expecting it to last, and it did. It outlasted its usefulness.
Nice.
And this is a frozen creek here. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Little Frozen Creek. Anyone coming that way? Yeah, we got two guys. Okay. Anyone else? But the winter sunset is nice. Oh man. Whew. It's historic, not because of the snow, not because of Trump, because we haven't walked in like what? When was the last time we took a walk?
Got the fence, Lucas Creek, post.
There's a post here. They're building some kind of house here. Okay. That's interesting. Let's take a look. It's like a construction site. Someone's building a mansion here. This, I think, was interesting how. Okay, this is still the property line. Once upon a time, I think both sides were farmland. This is my cow pasture. This is your sheep pasture. Someone's building a mansion there. I have no idea who that is. And this long abandoned pasture is turned back to woodland. But these posts probably go back. See, once upon a time they were put up and someone took the time and the effort. Not that they're like a marvel of engineering, but these have been here for decades. You can see how old the wood is. And up until recently, there was a barbed wire running for years. And this is the main post down the line that way. I think they removed the other posts. You see a few other posts? Or can't tell. But yeah, that was, it was a labor of love. And here are the border stones. It was a labor of love. And the fence long outlived its creators, long outlived its usefulness. They died. The old fence was still there. The farm reverted to woodland. Just the other parcel was sold. Passage of time, etc.
But that post is still there.
They'll probably remove it, but it's just a testament to.
It made it this long.
Yeah, it outlived its usefulness. It outlived its makers. It outlived,
For lack of a better word, it was just a piece of garbage for most of its existence. Like, it was used as a fence for maybe 20, 25 years, then spent the next 75 just beautiful.
I say 30, maybe 30 to 40 years was actually used, and they grew old, they retired, maybe the kids took over, so we don't want to be farmers. Yeah. Bogey, what does that mean? All right, hold on. Okay, I have to pause for a minute because apparently crossing the street is very treacherous. Bunch of cars out of nowhere. Okay, but all the sun is, it's cold. My mouth and cheeks, my lower third. But other than that, I feel fine. Just the lower third. I didn't realize, and like I said, I don't recall it being this cold the day of a snowstorm. Usually the day after, a day or two later, maybe that night after sunset. I don't recall it getting this cold this fast. Then before we were shoveling the sidewalk, it was already turning from powder to ice. I'm like, geez, so this is, yes, we got some snow, not a lot, followed immediately by a week's worth of Arctic wind that's supposed to, it's descending now and will stay with us until next Friday. Well, I almost said February. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, what else? So did you see any inauguration or anything on the news or anything? Or?
No, I missed it because I was at work all day.
Right. No, I mean when you came home, when you catch up in the news, I mean.
No, it showed him sitting at a table and someone was saying something, but I didn't see any inauguration recordings. But you did, right?
Yeah, I watched a little on YouTube. It was interesting. It was, I don't usually watch inaugurations. I remember when W was first elected after that whole fiasco with, remember?
Hanging chads.
Right, the Supreme Court. So I watched that one, the first W, and I remember it was funny. They swore in Dick Cheney as vice president. Then they sang a song. Then they swore in W. I remember thinking to myself, gee, if somebody assassinates W in between, like they've inaugurated Cheney as VP, but W hasn't been inaugurated as president, they're singing this song. If someone shoots and kills W now, does Cheney become president? And the answer, of course, is no, because the inauguration is merely ceremonial. Well, I guess technically yes, but the inauguration is ceremonial. Whether it goes through or not, at high noon, the winner of the election becomes president. So you don't actually need, we do the pomp and circumstance, but, and then, so I watched that one. That was in the year 2001, right? 2000 election, all one. Then I didn't watch the next one, Bush was reelected, but I watched Obama's first time. It was the first time a colored guy was ever going to be president. And he won odd 8. He beat, what's his name? McCain. And I remember I was watching on TV, they were late to swear him in. They were late to swear Obama in. But it said, the bottom, the caption read, Even though they haven't sworn him in yet, it's now afternoon, it's now after 12, so technically he is president, even though they haven't done the formal, official, pomp and circumstance. So it's all, legalese. So, yeah, and then I didn't watch the next re-election. Like, I didn't watch W's re-election. I didn't watch Obama's. Did I watch Trump's or Biden's? I don't think I did. Okay, now, we've got a problem here. Maybe you can figure out what park it is. I don't care about that. The real problem is this. Look at this. You see what this says? Uh-oh.
It might not be safe, buddy.
No winter maintenance. Enter at own risk. This does look stretch, I must say. This looks stretch. Let's take a stretch walk. Why not? Ah, man. I hope this camera battery doesn't die from all the cold. Yeah. Actually, see, this wasn't that much snow. You can see on this hill, you can see the grass popping out. This wasn't that much snow. It's just very cold. Actually, the best time, there's some kids sledding over there. The best time to go for a sled or sleigh ride would be tomorrow after all this freezes. Tonight is going to freeze. Tomorrow would be a good day to do what they're doing. Go down the hill. You see Old Glory. You see some kids sledding. And this might be, we don't know, buddy. We can tell them this might be our last, this might be our final winter here, because we got to find a place to live, a new place to live. We moved out and we moved back to save our mother when our father had a stroke, etc. Now we're stuck in this hellhole. Oh, as I think I showed you once. There's a bench there, right? There used to be like 4 or 5 benches. In fact, did they take out more benches? Look at this. Are there less benches now? Did they take out even more? They put these plaques in. The plaques replace the benches. They already look like rusted shit. So I can go up there and I can show you what town this is, but I think you've seen it before. There used to be, seriously, like 4 or 5 benches. I used to walk, I'd sit on here, every few yards, there'd be a bench. What the fuck? So now we got one bench there, one bench all the way down there. What, is it too hard to maintain benches? Too expensive to maintain benches? What?
We are an obese nation. It's better we move than sit.
It's a park. What if I want to sit down in the summertime, feed the geese or the ducks or the pigeons? Yeah, I don't need a fucking plaque. It's almost like the plaques are just bullshit. They wanted to remove, they need an impetus to remove the benches. Now it's interesting. We're walking on a trail right now. This is macadam beneath us. It has not only has it not been shoveled, I wouldn't expect it to be. No one else has walked here. Not that I can tell. Maybe someone else. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're the first to walk this way, which is odd, because surprised, like not a lot of people out today. Because it being a federal holiday, you figured more people would be off and they'd say, let's go for take the dog out because the dog wants to play in the snow or whatever shit they do.
They would just stay home and do that.
Oh. No, the dog wants to go out. You can't.
In the backyard.
Okay. So yeah, I can't. But yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the other video because the last time we were here, we noticed benches missing, but I don't recall this many benches missing. Do you? I thought there were less benches, but now there's even less. I'm only seeing 2. Am I mistaken?
I think it's been 2 for a while.
Because there used to be a bunch of benches. I noticed some missing, but they took out all of these fucking benches. And those benches, it's not like they were, I can understand if they were old, wooden, falling apart.
It'd be easier and cheaper just leave them there.
Yeah, they were like, they're metal and rubber. It's like, leave them there. If they eventually rust, fine, remove them. But there was no need to. I'm just, you see how often I go for, when was the last time I went for a walk?
Several months ago.
Probably that video, whatever the hell that was. We should go for a winter walk, though. I mean, it's getting cold, but
we'll go again tomorrow.
Yeah, in the sunlight, we can go look at the different plants in the arboretum, see what they look like in the winter. Then in the springtime, do a comparison video. Like, ah, yes, here's the Osage orange tree. Here's what it looks like in the dead of winter. Here it is blooming in, April or May or whatever. The Osage orange, or whatever the hell, There are a bunch of different. So if I miss that bench, it's like they want to encourage you to walk. The next place you got to sit down is this. No, there were more. I could have sworn there were at least 3 benches last time. They took out another fucking bench. Sons of bitches. There's bench maintenance that. And no one's been here today, clearly. We're the first. Like, you see this bench? It's not like this, I guess. If this were like old and wooden and rotting, I can understand. There's, what is this? Metal and rubber? Metal with rubber around or something? It's like, there were a bunch of these. Why do they have to remove a perfectly cromulent bench? Well, benches, plural. Look at that. Can't even see the other bench now, but alright. Alright. Alright.
There's a big dog.
Yeah, those are deer tracks. Now, what is that? Is that just like a dog or deer? Or is that a bear track? That could be a bear track. There are bears around. See that? Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a deer. You can tell, small deer. I'm not sure what that is. Pretty big. Could be, yeah, could be a bear. You never know. Where's it go to? I don't know if we can find out. This barn here. Could be.
Where is it going? Because they stop, right?
Where's it coming from is the real question. These are pretty big. Unless they are just deer tracks. Maybe 2 in the front, 2 behind. Could be deer tracks. The wind, yeah. But they come out of these woods here. Let's see, they look bigger than the average deer track, but who knows. We'll go down to the creek and we'll start heading home because, you know, if I weren't so tired from all the shoveling and this were a little meltier, maybe if this really does melt a bit, we can go for a winter walk, you know, on Friday or something. Talk about life, talk about theory, talk about philosophy. Right now I'm still waiting to hear from the county board. Some of you know which county. It really doesn't matter because it's all the same. No matter which county you live in, you apply to the county for food stamps. I'm waiting to hear from the County Board of Social Services. And I should be approved for the time being because I'm still unemployed. But, you know, I've heard nothing. They were so quick to get back to me for everything else. You know what I mean? Like I applied right before Christmas. In the mail, December 26th, boom. And we filled out those forms and etc. And remember, they failed to send it. That's why I scan everything. I applied back in April. I've explained this. I applied back in April, but I was kicked off when I went back to work. Oh well. Back then they sent me a separate form because we were still living, our mother was living with us, so I had to have her sign it. This time around they didn't send me that form, but thank God I scanned the blank copy and the proper copy. I printed up a blank copy because they failed. It said in the paperwork, oh, please fill out the separate household form. If you live with anyone, in this case my brother, if you live with anybody, yeah, so I was able to print it up. So it's actually good I applied once before. It came in handy. I know the process. Let's take a look. There we see now I'm wearing these, these sunglasses, so it looks much darker than it is for me. But it's like, all the lights are on in this parking lot. We'll go down to the creek and we'll turn. I'm like, oh God. Let's go get some exercise. Anyway, so I should hear from them hopefully tomorrow. If not, do I call them? Are they dragging their feet? Because they know I proved. They didn't actually ask me to, like last time I had to give bank statements and shit. I guess they have a lot of that. All they really wanted was proof of ID. So I showed them, I went in person to the county board office. I showed them my driver's license. They made a copy. Gave them the form that my brother signed that we live together, but we're on paper 2 separate households. I did that. And then they wanted something else. I can't remember. Was there one other thing they wanted, or is that it? But I told them I'm on unemployment. And I didn't have to give them any like unemployment stubs because it's all the state, so the county can always verify them on unemployment. So I didn't actually give them proof. I just said I'm on unemployment. I guess they can verify that. Oh, what happened here? We got a cone, and what is that? Oh wow.
Drainage thing here?
A drainage? I don't know what that is. Why would there be a drainage thing here? I don't know. Kind of an odd place for it, but oh well. Oh, super. Yeah, I guess there's not to. I guess there was just a drain here. Mr. Shilk will take care of it. Anyway, whew. Where's I guess? Oh, okay. This is nice. All right. I think the spruce. You see those spruce trees? They look the most magnificent, the most exquisite this time of year with a little bit of snow and sunset. What tree that is, buddy? Okay, that is sometimes called a cedar or a red cedar, either or. Cedar for short, red cedar, but it is not a true cedar. They call them cedars or eastern red cedar. Cedar, eastern red cedar. Technically, that is a type of juniper. A very common plant east of the Mississippi. When you have a field that goes fallow, they're one of the first trees that grow like weeds. So that's a very mature adult eastern red cedar, which is really a juniper, a type of juniper, very common in these parts. And then if you go this way, those 2 trees, those coniferous, evergreen, cedar, red cedar, really a juniper. Those are spruce trees. See them? Spruce trees. Those are 2 spruce trees. And I always find mature spruce look the best. A little bit of snow and the setting sun. So in front of me is a deciduous tree. I think that's an oak. It's a red oak or a pin oak. The tree you see in front of me, deciduous, no leaves, that's either a red oak or a pin oak. It's definitely some type of oak. Behind them, you see those 2 twin spruce trees. Norway spruce, they call it. And that is a red cedar, aka really a juniper. All right. Let's go a little bit further. This is nice. We haven't done a walk. Okay. And just, I guess someone went, was it a snowmobile or what is this? These tracks here?
Someone was dragging the sled, I guess.
Dragging the sled, yeah. I want to go up to this magnificent tree you see before us. This gnarly looking tree. It's been here for a very long time. Probably planted maybe not 100 years ago, but 80, 90 years ago, back when this was still a farm. And this tree is not, they grow around here, but they're not native. This tree is native to like Oklahoma, Arkansas. Was it the Comanche? Who was it? That was like these are called Osage oranges. They develop that fruit. It's not a real orange, but it looks like a round. You'll see it in the springtime. Will come back. But the Osage orange, native to Oklahoma or Arkansas, cultivated and used by farmers in the days before barbed wire. Before barbed wire was invented, farmers would use this at the borders or at the field borders to keep, sheep and cattle on one side and predators on the other side. It was a good like fence, a natural fence. I bet at one point in time there's probably a whole row of them here. There's probably a border of some sort, but with time they all been chopped down or fell down. This is one of the last survivors. This is the Osage orange, very old, very mature, OSAGE, Osage orange tree. Okay. And this is just another oak of some sort. You can tell because oak trees never fully lose their leaves. The leaves often turn brown, shrivel up. They don't fall off until next spring. This is some kind of oak. Okay, but now, the Osage orange. They used to be great, like border, we're learning some. This is not, buddy. My brother keeps slipping. I only see your sneakers. I don't know if he's just, very clumsy or if his sneaker, the traction of his sneakers, it's like the third or fourth time you've slipped. That's the reason we can't do these things because my brother is very, okay. Are these yours? No. These are mine. Oh, mine fell off. Buddy, what happened? Go very slow. In fact, stand in the powdery packed snow. You're slipping again.
That's what I'm slipping.
Stand here. You're slipping on that? Christ. Jesus Christ. All right. We can always edit this part out, but I don't think I will. All right, now let's say we're just going to go to the creek, but hold on. We got two problems. Not problems. First of all, I can't put these on my... This is a sweet baby, also known as a Magnolia virginiana. Sweet bay, my mistake. All right, we're going to edit that part out. Let's try again. I'm just kidding. This is a sweet bay. Christ, my buddy, yes, sweet bay. Okay, you're good for something. Don't trip. Sweet bay, Magnolia virginiana. I don't even know what a sweet bay is. I know it's covered in lichen. Tree's not that old, but you can see it's already got lichen growing on it. So I don't know what a sweet bay is. We can look up sweet bay later. In the springtime, I like to come back and look at its leaves. But I'm going to call it the sweet bay, sweet baby. Sweet baby bay. Good night, moonlightly. I'm just looking at the Osage orange. I like that one. Rockabye, sweet baby, sweet bay. All right, now, we got a problem here, buddy. Again, you see what this says here? Do we see this? Okay, it says, no winter maintenance, enter at your own risk. I'm not sure if we should risk it, because you almost slipped. All right, we'll go to that bridge.
I'll hold the phone, you keep them up.
No, I'll come back and you'll be missing. You'll fall in through one of those holes. All right. Go on the powdery pack snow. Don't go on the sled here. Or is this, you think this is better? Or would you prefer to walk on?
Doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ. How old are those sneakers?
Years.
Okay, so Sweet Bay. This one doesn't have a sign. These don't have, I don't see any labels. Are they all Sweet Bays?
I guess.
Magnolia, this is a type of Magnolia virginiana. I don't know. But here are the spruce. Oh, there's 4 of them. Look. These trees I know. The 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It is 4. Yeah. I couldn't tell from over. It looked like 2 from over there. You've got a cluster of 4 mature spruce trees. Very nice. Very lovely in the snow, right?
Yes.
And again, that tree in front with the brownish leaves, that's some type of oak, either red oak or pin oak. I guess that's another magnolia. Yeah, the cluster of spruce trees looks nice. Okay, we're heading for the Bridge of Doom. Once again, this is what I'm worried about. Enter at your own maintenance. There's no winter maintenance. Enter at your own risk. No maintenance. Duh. Buddy, my mouth is still fucking freezing up. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
There's another one of those drainage ditches that someone might fall and trip and die in, so we'll be careful. But yeah, no, the spruce trees look. You okay, buddy?
Yep.
My mouth is freezing up. And of course I'm retarded. And I'm getting old and senile and
Well.
PTSD'd and all that other shit. This is a nice little bridge.